Hey everyone, my name's Caitlyn and welcome back to my channel, or welcome if it's your first time here. Today I am going to be doing a fun video recommending some Christian and clean alternatives to popular spicy and not clean books. I don't know about you, but I lots of times will see a book around that's super popular, secular book, and not know for sure if it's clean or not, but kind of figure it's clean, but maybe I wish there was something, similar that had a similar storyline or similar vibes to it in the clean and Christian fiction space. Okay, so I have found a few more steamy books that I see sometimes on social media and I know are very popular, and pulled some Christian and clean fiction books that I recommend that I think have similar vibes or a similar storyline. I have not read any of these steamy romances that I will be talking about, and I do not plan to ever read them, so I can't guarantee that the books I'm recommending are, exactly similar to the storyline, but that'll be up to you to decide. But yeah, to me they felt kind of similar, and I thought, that would be a good alternative to the steamy version. So most of these are contemporary romance and rom-coms. There is one thriller at the end, which I actually have read one of the books in the secular series, which I will talk about when I get to that at the end. But yeah, so let's just jump right into it. One more thing. No judgment here. I personally read Christian fiction and closed door books. I don't read open door personally, but if you do, that's fine. That's great. No judgment here. If any of these steamy books that I'm talking about are favorites of yours, that's great. No judgment whatsoever. Just wanted to get that out of the way. So, okay, let's move on to the books and jump right into it. So, first up is a Colleen Hoover book called November 9th. And if this one interests you, I think you would really enjoy Plot Twist by Bethany Turner. This is what this one is about. An aspiring screenwriter has a chance encounter with an actor who could be the man of her dreams. Over the next 10 years, she'll write the story, but will he end up being the star? February 4th, 2003 promises to be a typical day for Olivia Ross, a greeting card writer whose passion project is a screenplay of her own. But after she and a handsome actor have a magical meet-cute in a coffee shop, they make a spontaneous pact. In 10 years, after they've found the success they're just sure they're going to achieve, they'll return to the coffee house to partner up and make a film together. The only problem? Olivia neglected to get the stranger's name, but she doesn't forget his face or the date. Every February 4th, the next 10 years, Olivia has a day full of coincidences and ironies. As men come and go and return to her life, she continues to write, but still wonders about the guy from the coffee shop. The nameless actor she's almost certain has turned out to be Hamish McDougal, now a famous A-lister and Hollywood leading man. But a lot can happen in 10 years, and while waiting for the curtain to rise on her fate, the true story of Olivia's life is being written, and if she's not careful, she'll completely miss the real-life romantic comedy playing out right before her eyes. So, highly recommend this one. I love it so much. Okay, the next alternative pairing is, if you are interested in Book Lovers by Emily Henry, try Meet Me in the Margins by Melissa Ferguson. This is what this one is about. Savannah Cade's dreams are coming true. The Clair Donovan, editor-in-chief of the most successful romance imprint in the country, has requested to see the manuscript Savannah's been secretly writing while working as an editor herself. Except at her publishing house, the philosophy is only highbrow works are worth publishing, and commercial fiction, particularly romance, should be reserved for the lowest level of Dante's Inferno. But when Savannah drops her manuscript during a staff meeting and nearly exposes herself to the whole company, including William Pennington, new publisher and son of the romance-despising CEO herself, she races to hide her manuscript in the secret turret room of the old Victorian office. When she returns, she's dismayed to discover that someone has not only been in her hidden nook, but has written notes in the margins, quite critical ones. But when Claire's own reaction turns out to be nearly identical to the scribbled remarks, and worse, Claire announces that Savannah has 6 weeks to resubmit before she retires, Savannah finds herself forced to seek the help of the shadowy editor after all. As their notes back and forth start to fill up the pages, however, Savannah finds him not just becoming pivotal to her work, but her life. There's no doubt about it. She's falling for her mystery editor, if only she knew who he was. Love this one. Okay, and next up is If You're Interested by The Hating Game by Sally Thorne, try Sure About You by Jaycee Weaver. And this is what this one's about. She had her future perfectly planned. Now she's not so sure. Isley, 3 things I love. Quality food, 80s rom-coms, and my custom-made planner. 3 things I loathe. Internet trolls, traveling, and Walter Paxton. Anita runs our online news site DFW Daily, and she's dangling my dream job like the proverbial carrot. Now my weekend getaway to finally meet my online, almost, maybe, sort of boyfriend in LA has become a work trip with the man who irritates me most. So why do I find myself relying on him with every bump in the road, literally and metaphorically? And why does he smell like a moonlit forest waterfall? Before this trip, my life was all planned out, but now I'm not so sure. Pax, 3 things I love: stargazing, coffee, and pushing Isley's buttons. There's no point in talking about dislikes. It's more fun to take things in stride and enjoy all that life has to offer. Do I want Isley for a babysitter on this trip? Of course not. Though needling her is almost as fun as rescuing her, there's plenty of both when nothing on this road trip goes according to her perfect plans. I'm in the driver's seat, but she's the one driving me crazy, only I'm not so sure it's in a bad way. Yeah, love this one as well. Okay, then next is If You Are Interested in a Photo Finish by Elsie Silver, try This Wandering Heart by Janine Rosche. And this is what this one's about. Kira Knudsen gets the traveling opportunity of a lifetime, but when she reunites with her first love, she learns that even a wandering heart needs a home. No one in the quaint town of West Yellowstone, Montana, knows that unassuming geography teacher Kira Knudsen moonlights as sensational travel blogger Cat Wonderful. No one, that is, except for her first love, Robbie Matthews, who has just discovered the woman he is falling for online is the same one that broke his heart 5 years ago. But Robbie has another problem. The mother of his daughter, Annabelle, has resurfaced and is determined to rip Annabelle away from him. Robbie needs a steady paycheck for a chance at custody, and embarking on a grand adventure with Kira promises just that. With so much broken trust between them, Kira and Robbie must keep an arm's length away to make this partnership work. But the more time they spend together, exploring majestic places and sharing new experiences, the closer they get, until their secrets and dreams threaten to cost them everything. Love that one as well. Okay, and then next, if you are interested in Body Check, or really any of the hockey books by Elle Kennedy, try Just Don't Fall by Emma St. Clair. This is what this one's about. Before Logan Barnes was hockey's hottest bad boy, he was my brother's best friend and my first crush. Oh yeah, and the guy who ghosted me and broke my teenage heart. Now Logan is back in Harvest Hollow, but not willingly. Recovering from an injury and some bad press, he's stuck playing for our minor league team, which means I'll be working with him almost daily. As the hockey team's social media manager, it's my job to wrangle all the guys into filming TikTok trending videos. But Logan doesn't want to be wrangled. Turns out neither does my heart, because my old crush never died. And when Logan becomes my accidental fake boyfriend, those old feelings flare hot enough to melt the ice. But this is all totally one-sided, totally fake, isn't it? No matter what signals he seems to be giving me or how real things start to feel, I know Logan's not home for good. I survived Logan leaving me once, but this time I'm not so sure my heart will recover. This is one of my favorite Emma St. Clair books. I loved it so much. Okay, and then if you are interested in Shut Up and Kiss Me by Lauren Blakely, try Cole and Laila Are Just Friends, A Love Story by Bethany Turner. And this is what this one is about. Cole and Laila have been inseparable since they could crawl, and they've never thought about each other that way, except for when they have. Rarely. Once in a while, sure, but seriously, hardly ever. Cole Kimball and Laila Olivet have been best friends their entire lives. Cole is the only person, apart from blood relatives, who's seen Laila in her oversized pink plastic Sophie Loren glasses. Laila is always the first person to taste test any new dish Cole creates in his family's restaurant, even though she has the refined palate of a kindergartner. Most importantly, Cole and Laila are always talking about everything. When Cole discovers a betrayal from his recently deceased grandfather that shatters his world, staying in Adelaide Springs, Colorado is suddenly unfathomable. But Laila lives her life in their small mountain town and can't imagine ever living anywhere else. She loves serving customers who tip her with a dozen fresh eggs. She loves living within walking distance of all her favorite people, and she's very much not okay with the idea of not being able to walk to her very favorite person. Still, when Cole toys with moving across the country to New York City, she decides to support her best friend, even as she secretly hopes she can convince him to stay home. And not just for his killer chocolate chip pancakes, because she loves him as a friend, just as a friend, right? They make a deal. Laila won't beg him to stay, and Cole won't try to convince her to come with him. They have 1 week in New York before their lives change forever, and all they have to do is enjoy their time together and pretend none of this is happening. But it's tough to ignore the very inconvenient feelings blooming out of nowhere in both of them, and these potentially friendship-destroying feelings, once out in the open, have absolutely no take-backs. If When Harry Met Sally had a quippy literary love child with Gilmore Girls, Luke and Lorelai, you'd get Cole and Laila. Just don't tell them that. If you've been around my channel for any length of time, you've probably seen this book before because I love it so much. It's one of my absolute favorites of all time. Highly recommend. Okay, and then lastly, if you are interested in the Michael Bennett thriller series by James Patterson, of which I actually have read one, and that it was called Chase. It was a book shot, so it was a short one. It was only about 100 pages, and I really enjoyed the story, but I did not like the amount of swearing in his books, and I just couldn't help but think at the time and since then that if you are interested in the Michael Bennett books, maybe give the Patrick Bowers series by Stephen James a try. This is book number 2, The Rook. And this is what it's about. Special Agent Patrick Bowers is about to uncover the military's darkest secret and his own dark past. While investigating a series of baffling fires in San Diego, Special Agent Patrick Bowers is drawn into a deadly web of intrigue where nothing is as it appears to be. With a killer on the loose and one of the world's most deadly devices missing, Bowers is caught in a race against time to stop a criminal mastermind's trap before it closes around the people he loves. So, that is all of my recommendations. All of the books that I am recommending here will be written in the description box below, so you can go check them out. And yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!